Hi guys, it's Jennibellie. I'm hoping the video today will answer quite a few questions that I get every single time I post an art journaling video. I get asked, what is the wet pen you're using? So what I thought I would do is a white pen comparison where I show you the three main categories of white pens that I use. And I'm against giving out all the branding stuff and things like that. I try and stay away from that area. But white pens are a bit of a minefield, I have to admit. And also, they are one of those desert island art journaling products. It's really difficult to find a good white pen. So I will give you my favourites, but I'll also give you alternative brands. And you know when I'm telling you about this, I don't endorse any of these companies. I get a lot of emails now from companies asking me to do videos or blog posts for their products, and they'll give me free products, and I've never said yes yet because I don't agree with pushing things onto you guys unless I actually do 100% agree with the product and I like the product. So I tell you when I like them, I tell you what my favourites are, and you know that it's because I genuinely use these products and like these products. So yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all of the three different kinds of pens that I use in my journals. I'm going to give you examples of them all and just do a white pen comparison here. So we're going to have a bit of a white pen off.
Oh, my God! I'm the best white pen! I'm the best!
I got stuck. Alright guys, so the first category of white pen that I use is white paint pen or marker pen. And I'm going to use this dark card here so that you can see a comparison. Now, the ones that I always used to use was the uni-ball. I used to use these quite a bit, and as you can see, it's kind of like a paint pen, quite fluid. I used to really enjoy using these until I found out about the Montella acrylic ink markers. Now, I've got to say, I really do love acrylic ink markers because, as you can see here in comparison, the uni-ball looks a little bit watery in comparison to the acrylic ink, which is all it is basically in here is a bullet of acrylic, and you can get these now from a variety of brands. Liquitex have brought some out recently as well, and you can get them in, this is 07 millimeter tip, this is 2mm tip, and they also come in a 50mm tip, and they're the three standard sizes that most brands will produce. As I say, this brand is Montana. I like it. They're famous for spray paints. But again, there are loads out there, and if you go on eBay you can probably get a whole set of all different colours. And also what's been happening on eBay recently, I've noticed, is that they create these pens for car tyres, so you can get acrylic car tyre markers now. Just another option for you. Also, there are things in this category that I put, like the Sakura white pen, pen touch, sorry. And it says that it's quick dry opaque white ink, but as you can see here, it's like a paint again. So I class that as a paint marker rather than an ink pen. But I don't particularly like the tip, if you can see. It kind of gets a bit knobbly and funny, so it's not very precise for writing. So again, that's why I like my paint marker. Also is the Permapaque from Sakura, class in this brand, but then this one says it's a pigment marker. But to be honest, anything that gives like this fluid paint kind of movement, I class in my head as a paint marker. And as you can see here, it comes out quite fluid, and that seems to be an issue for a lot of white paint pens. This one isn't an issue, it comes out fluid, but it isn't very strong. I prefer, again, the opaque white, stark white colours. And a few other options for you is the Elmer's paint pens. This looks like it's a lot more transparent, but actually that's because this one that I've got is a shimmer. And also there's the Zig. Oh, my wand is in the thing and it's gone a bit funny. Eek. Oh, it's a bit of a mess. But again, another paint marker. Lots of brands out there. So that's the first category, and here are some examples of artwork from them. Okay, the next category is gel pens. And there's a few, again, options here. I've got this white one from Ink Essentials. It's quite good, not as strong as I would prefer, and over some surfaces I find it is a bit of a nightmare, like pulling teeth to get it across, but it does seem to be quite fluid. Next are two from Sakura, which if you want the opaque one, you go for the number 850. This one is 800, and this one is kind of just a glaze, and you need it, it's transparent glaze. Whereas this one, the 850, when that dries, that will go more white. So that's the Sakura glazes. My favourite in this category though is the uni-ball Signo or Signo, I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's just, in comparison, look, it's just so much whiter. So definitely my favourite white gel pen. So as you can see, the Sakura glaze is beginning to go darker, but still my favourite is the uni-ball one. I will show you some pages of that as well. And finally, probably my favourite category at the moment is correction pens. Now I know some people really don't like using correction pens in their artwork, but I've got to say, they to me are really reliable. They're really bright white. I don't know, I just really like these. And this is just a cheap one from Wilko if you're in the UK. You can get a pack of 2 of these for £1 from Wilko, so 50p each. This one I've had for months and it's still going, and often when you've had a white pen for months it's very difficult to keep the ink going in it. You can get obviously the branded ones as well, but to be honest, for my art journal this is perfectly fine for me. I will say, however, with correction pens is I don't know how these pens are going to react in 10 years. I don't know what Tipp-Ex does over a long period of time, but I'm not putting them on artwork that's going to go on the wall. These are in my journals, so they aren't exposed to light or anything, and for me they are perfectly fine for my art journals. When I'm in the moment, I want something on the page. I love using these pens. So those are my 3 categories of white pens, white paint pens, white gel pens and correction fluid pens. Okay, so my favourites for each one. For the correction fluid ones is the cheapo no hassle ones. For the gel pens is the uni-ball Signo. And for the paint markers is the Montana acrylic ones. So I hope this has helped if you've been wondering about my white paint pens or asking me questions about it. Any other questions, leave them in the comments below, but I hope I've covered everything. Much love to you all. Bye! I think he won.